The courtroom was silent, until the clink of handcuffs shattered it. A Navy SEAL sniper, a woman with steel in her veins and 34 confirmed kills, sat shackled before a judge, as if she were a criminal. Some smirked. Others whispered. But none knew the storm that was about to walk through those doors. Before we go further, subscribe to Still Tale for more stories of silent heroes whose dignity changes everything. The bailiff's hands trembled as he fastened the steel cuffs. Each click echoed like distant gunfire, bouncing off the marble walls. Lieutenant Sarah Kane did not flinch. Her face was carved from stone, the same calm mask she wore in war zones where hesitation meant death. The prosecutor adjusted his tie with smug satisfaction. His voice carried, sharp and oily. Your Honor, considering the defendant's specialized training, we believe restraints are necessary. The judge, an old man who had worn the uniform long before most in the room were born, studied Sarah from the bench. His medals, now gathering dust in a wooden box at home, did not make him sentimental. He had seen warriors rise and fall. He asked in a gravel voice, Lieutenant Kane, do you understand these proceedings? You stand accused of assaulting a superior officer. Sarah's reply was steady, desert dry. I do, Your Honor. The prosecutor smirked. In his mind, this trial was already won. A decorated sniper reduced to chains, her silence mistaken for weakness. He did not see the quiet fire in her eyes. Then it happened. The heavy double doors at the back of the courtroom swung open. The hinges groaned and the room seemed to freeze. Admiral on deck. Every uniformed sailor rose as though pulled by invisible strings. The air cracked with discipline. Admiral James Thorne strode forward, his presence filling the chamber like a storm front rolling in. His dress whites gleamed, metals clinking softly, but it was the gravity in his eyes that silenced even the judge's gavel mid-strike. He did not acknowledge the bench. He did not bow to procedure. He walked straight to Sarah. From his pocket he produced a small key. The cuffs fell to the floor with a metallic crash that rang louder than any verdict. Sarah's lips parted. Sir. But Thorne silenced her with a glance, the kind of look that said, I know. You don't have to speak. Then he turned. His gaze locked on the prosecutor. His voice came quiet, deadly quiet. You handcuffed one of my sailors? The prosecutor swallowed, his confidence draining. He opened his mouth to speak, but Thorne's voice cut through him. Do you even know what these hands have done? The room shifted. Every ear strained. Thorne's words became a blade slicing through time. Mosul, 2017. A rooftop thick with smoke and the stench of cordite. Sarah Kane lay prone, her cheek pressed to her rifle stock. Through her scope, she watched an ISIS convoy approach a schoolhouse. 20 hostiles. Children inside. The Admiral's eyes burned as if reliving it. Command told her to stand down. No clearance. But then she saw it. A man dragging a little girl by the arm, 8 years old at most. She didn't wait. One shot. Then another. 14 enemies fell before reinforcements arrived. And because of her, 30 children walked out of that school alive. Gasps rippled through the room. Reporters scribbled frantically. The prosecutor's face turned pale. And that, Thorne said, his voice cracking like thunder in its restraint, is only one mission. This woman has saved more lives than you will ever count. And you dare put her in chains? The silence that followed was unbearable. The prosecutor stammered, desperate to regain ground. Admiral, with respect, the charge. Thorne's hand slammed a folder onto the table. The crack made the prosecutor flinch. That so-called superior officer, Captain Richard Vaughn, the man she allegedly assaulted, was arrested this morning. 3 counts of assaulting female officers, including Lieutenant Kane's own sister. The courtroom erupted. Gasps, whispers, shouts. The judge hammered his gavel, but it was drowned out by the storm of revelation. Sarah sat perfectly still, her face unreadable, though her eyes glistened with something between fury and relief. The prosecutor shrank into his seat. His voice cracked. Your Honor, procedure requires. The judge cut him off, thunder in his voice. Get out of my courtroom. The words struck harder than any gavel. And then, in the silence that followed, Admiral Thorne did something no one expected. He turned to Sarah Kane, lieutenant, sniper, daughter, sister, and raised his hand in salute. A 4-star admiral, saluting a woman in chains just moments before. She rose slowly, her movements precise, and returned the salute. No words. No tears. Just 2 warriors acknowledging the truth. Some battles are fought in silence and some victories need no applause. That moment became legend. 3 months later, the Navy Times carried the headline, "First Female SEAL Sniper Awarded Navy Cross." The ceremony was grand, but Sarah's smile was faint. Admiral Thorne pinned the medal onto her chest and whispered words only she could hear. "Still think you deserve the Medal of Honor?" Her reply was quiet but unforgettable. "Sir, some battles are better won quietly." And in that instant the applause felt different. It wasn't for the medal. It was for the truth, that dignity in silence can be louder than any verdict. Respect is not given by rank or robes, it is earned by sacrifice. Sarah Kane's story is a reminder that courage often speaks loudest when it does not speak at all. Where are you watching from? Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that honor the silent heroes who walk among us.